So part of my process actually is at the beginning of the year, sort of challenging myself. That what can I get done this year? And often my list is completely unreasonable. I'll set out that list of, a dozen short stories and a novel or two and a play and some songs. If I get halfway through that list, that's huge. Frankly, if I can produce 6 short stories and a novel, that's a year. But I want to challenge myself with as many different projects as possible and across a wide variety, and it's for a couple of different reasons. One, it gives me something to aim for, and that helps me remain consistent. I know a lot of writers, like as part of their process, say I have to write this many words per day, and I'm not one of those writers. I believe in not being so strident about that sort of thing, to be kind to myself, frankly. But the key for me is to be consistent. I want to consistently be doing words over the course of a week or a month or the year. And having a goal set out like that of here's what I'd like to have produced by the end helps me stay on task for producing words. The Voices of Martyrs is my collection of short stories. And when I was working on this, I worked on several short stories at a time, because short stories are my first love. They are my favorite thing to write. And so I'll often work on more than one short story at a time. One of the advantages to that helps fight against writer's block. As I'm working on a story, I might come to a point where I suddenly just stop. I'm stuck, which is fine. I tend not to panic when I get stuck, because that just means that my brain hasn't finished the work of writing on that particular story. So rather than wallow in, oh, I'm stuck, woe is me, and then suddenly I'm filled with all this writer's angst, I just move to a different project. So I've gone from this story where I'm stuck, so it means my creative brain has to, work on that story in the back of my mind. While it's doing that, I'm working on another story. Again, it's all about consistently and moving forward. I'll move from story to story or from project to project. So I could go from that story, if I get stuck on that story, move to the novel. If I get stuck on the novel, all right, I will admit, poetry is not my strength. Songwriting is not my strength. I was dared to write, try my hand at songwriting. So why not try my hand at songwriting? What that does is it frees up my brain, because suddenly it's not about I'm trying to create something that I'm under this pressure to publish. No, it's just about having fun with words. So now I'm just having fun with words, playing around, creating lyrics and rhymes and just having fun. And it loosens up your creative mind. I mean, your creative mind is just another muscle. So it gets tired sometimes, and sometimes it just wants to relax. So now I'm doing stuff where it's just relaxing, and while it's relaxing, it's still doing the work of creating. So all those story ideas that bubble around the back of my mind are still bubbling around the back of my mind. I'm just exercising and loosening up and saying, all right, I'm getting back into shape, and all right, now I can get back into work.